and here comes the pistol round that maybe Pookie can put their way for the first time today.
Yeah, that'll certainly be important there. Pookie starting off here on defense.
Right here.
See if they can get this one going in their favor this time around. Like you mentioned, Lotus 8 able to pick up all those pistol rounds. Just does a ton of easy rounds for them that's come on through. But right now, this one's being played relatively slowly. A couple of them are walking back and forth here, trying to figure out which way they want to go. So relatively calm one going, just like our first map started off, relatively calm in the beginning. Pace did pick up as the game went on, but potential situation for them to feel themselves out here.
I like when teams do this. You know, they take the first rounds just to feel out how the other team's playing, make sure they don't overcommit or anything, just sort of suss them out. And looks like they feel like they got enough suss, and they're committing to Psych. Chamber's going to be able to get one back out.
They're able to finish that one there, get a nice little trade here as they continue to attack over onto this B site now, looking to get this plant down.
Spike planted.
As they get that one here, let's see how they can do on this retake as Yellow's making their way around. RV looking to set up another smoke, get themselves back onto the site. Renjon moving around the corner too as well.
Aizu sitting in the smoke with a frenzy, so dangerous from close range. Do not want to tangle with him over, but it's not going to matter. Going to get taken out, and it's Pookie coming up big this time. 2 kills by RV, 3 kills by RV to open up the game. And as statements being made, this map belongs to Pookie.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you needed. We were just talking about how important it was that Lotus 8 took all those pistol rounds. They're going to come out here now on the second map after losing map number 1, get this one down. You know, if they can complete this conversion and get themselves going where they want to go, they can be right there. We got Lotus 8 fans in the crowd, though, clearly, as they're pumped for them and wanting to see them pull off the 2-0.
Yep, and we'll see. Should be another pretty default round, obviously, with the bonus guns from winning the pistol. But we've seen L8 absolutely no slouches. I wouldn't be surprised if they had, you know, a strategy for a losing pistol round and then a set play that they can do afterwards. Definitely a team like that. You know, very smart players all around.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Pookie for finally winning their first pistol round as well. Let's see if they can convert it into a few more. Maybe the opposite. Maybe they go on their 4-0 to start their chosen map.
Yeah, and it's just tone setting, right? Like maybe we're slightly overstating pistol rounds as an overall importance towards this game, but like it seems to be, if they can set the tone, which team is able to set the tone all weekend long, has a huge advantage over here so far this weekend. So right now, Pookie trying to establish that one here in this map. You watch Quirks looking around with that drone there. Again, another little bit of a slower round. We have 55 seconds in and no real push or any frags yet.
Yeah, this is the Viper wall we were talking about earlier. He's so powerful, gets so deep into sight, but it's not going to matter. Gets mowed down by the Ares and naded out. Pookie in a difficult position, but grinds more.
Ricky, though, if he's got anything to say about it, is trying to keep their team close into this one. And suddenly it's a 2v2. Again, Lotus 8, after losing that pistol round, has not a whole lot of firepower with them. They're keeping this one close.
One enemy remaining.
Now a 1 versus 1 scenario. I believe she does have the Spectre in her back pocket there, so hopefully, and we can see, yeah, puts up the wall again, sneaks through the TP. That wall once again playing different. Should get the plant for this as well. So gonna be a 1v1 on Ricky's terms for the save round of LA. This is not what you want to see if you're a fan of Pookie.
Like when you're on the eco, you're potentially just happy with a plant on its own, but there's a real possibility Ricky's able to clutch this one out. Has been potentially the best player on the day so far. Ricky will take it down. Ricky will make it happen. We're tied 1-1 already.
Oh, and it's a thrifty coming in from round 2 off the back of Ricky. Absolutely massive. And I don't want to harp on too much longer, but we saw just how powerful that wall is. Ricky's doing it again. We'll see if and what's great about this wall is it only gets more powerful as the game goes on. As Ricky continues to exploit it, they have to respect it more. And if they have to respect it more, they have to put more people around it. And it's exactly what Ricky wants. Really well played to get that thrifty. And now let's see if they can snowball into another round.
Being able to come into this round with full rifles as well is huge because Pookie is going to have to save for sure after losing their force after winning the pistol. It's not the worst situation they've been in because every other half it's been 2-0 in their favor. But look at the kills coming out here. Actually, Quirt's hanging on to a sheriff.
Yeah, able to take one down there. Ricky able to get another first blood here in this one, but gets traded back immediately. And right now we're sitting at a 4v4. But again, getting that one-for-one trade you do often like on the attacker side. It gives you a lot of information about what's going to go on, and you know you have to deal with less numbers on any particular site if you continue to hit it.
Yep, for sure. Lotus 8 not going to be too upset about that. As we see a little bit more of a calm approach here as well. I like this when you have the extra guns, when you have the Vandals, when you're against a team that's so proficient like Pookie, you don't want to give them the extra guns. It's just the reality of the situation. It's a nice lurk kill.
Brosicles able to step up there too. Now, as much as we're talking about Ricky all day in this one, Brosicles actually, along with Quartz, was top frag in the previous map with 20 there, so showing why they're there too. Void also showing why they're a strong team. Everyone, like we mentioned before on Lotus 8, everyone has the potential to step up, and so far we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now 4 people up for Pookie though.
Last player standing.
Or sorry, no, it did 4 people up for Lotus 8, excuse me. And now it's just
Spike planted.
Hans left by himself, all on his lonesome beside his few little animals. Not a lot of company they're gonna bring him though. He's gonna do what he can, probably just play for some
on now,
exits.
girly.
Oh, but he's able to get one.
One? Hey, you'll take grabbing that one, obviously, in that situation. Not a great situation to be in, but that's, once again, Lotus 8 able to take another round here. So, Pookie, they get their pistol round win, but we got 2 in a row here for Lotus.
Yeah, surely they should be able to buy up, as you see rifles, heavy armor coming out now, which is essentially the first even round of the game so far after a very chaotic first 2, winning off of the Thrifty there. So we'll see what can be done on the side of Pookie now that they have even weaponry here, and maybe they can bring this up, tie it up again.
Yeah, you're potentially seeing one person saving here is Brosicles, but either way.
You want to play? Let's play.
Exactly. They have that tour de force to at least even up that too as well. So here we go.
Ops on both sides then this round. Volatile for sure. Both chambers armed to kill in this scenario. So you can use it better. As you see the same rifle wall that we've been doing. And some smokes coming out onto B side. Doesn't look like they've been able to figure it out that they've snuck up long there.
There's Volano, peeks around the corner, sees the target, not quite able to convert that one. Will potentially have to flash just to be able to move out of this corner. Or get some smokes from their teammates. Void, meanwhile, they can get themselves into hookah and make a play here. Ricky, first blood, once again, just seems to be the name we call first every round. We'll grab a 1, stepping up another one. There's Brosicles with the tour de force, able to pick up 1 more. That's gonna put us to a 3v3 as Ricky begins to plant.
Plant's gonna fall down. That is gonna get the Viper ult as well. And sure enough, it drops. Gonna be so hard to retake on sight, but Jello just takes out Ricky, getting greedy. Then with the it's Jello every time with the 3K.
Yeah, not able to get any value out of the Viper pit there as it falls instantly before the plant. And yeah, Jello just coming in clutch, showing why he has solidified his role as the IGL. And my goodness.
Yeah, I
what
think
a
the best thing
commanding
you
round.
can do as an IGL is just kill everybody.
Yeah,
like why even have to tell your teammates what to do?
You
when
lead
can
them,
kill
just
everybody?
follow me.
Yeah, this is what we do. Kill them all.
Exactly. We'll say a little bit overambitious by Ricky there. Thought he could maybe get the maybe get the nice little swing after the Viper ult when they weren't expecting it.
Right.
But unfortunately, just was one of. I'm not gonna say it was an ego peak that threw the round, but it was an ego peak that threw the round.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where like you're kind of just like Ricky's been playing so well so far in this match that you're just kind of feeling yourself. You're like, I'm just doing these things. You're just kind of going through the motions. You're like, oh wait, I didn't quite cross my T on this last one, and I probably should have done that in a bit of a safer spot. But hey, the ability to punish mistakes, I think, is one of the biggest strengths you can have in Valorant, and that's just what you saw here that Jello was able to do.
No, exactly. You use the expression like crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and when you don't do stuff like that, it's players like Jello that are going to punish you for it. Every time they're going to take that opportunity you give them, and they're going to take a mile with it. And Jello showing just that now, tied 2-2, and with the money in their favor now.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge, and with everything that's going on so far, like again, it felt like Lotus didn't completely run away with the first map, but they definitely had some strong control here. We're seeing a bit of a different ball game going on right now, just trading rounds back and forth.
Yeah, at this point in the first map, it was 4-0 for Lotus 8. So a much better scenario for Pookie to be in, especially on their own map pick. It's glad to see that they're taking a little bit of early control that we didn't see too much in map number 1.
Certainly, definitely. And here we go into an all-important round number 5 here. Ranjan gets it started there. Always huge when your operator's able to pick up a frag to get things started. So Pookie has that 5v4 advantage as they continue to defend right now. Lotus 8 are trying to decide what they're going to do with numbers down. And maybe they just rely on Ricky to do something crazy. Not this time, though. That gets shut down quickly.
Oh, but it's going to be a nade kill on the opposite side of the map.
They'll able to pull this one off through right now. Pookie enjoying a 4v3 advantage here in this round with 50 seconds left to go. Smoke's coming down right in front of RV here. Renjon taking that teleporter and moving aside. They're still pushing on to this site here, trying to find something. RV sitting into the smoke right now. They potentially want to put down the plant, but there's the Hunter's Fury. Trying to make some plays happen, and 2 big frags comes through for Lotus 8. That's going to leave Pookie with 2 left.
They know both of the locations for Pookie as well. 3 versus 2, yeah, gonna get sprayed through smoke now. 1 versus 3 with the op, almost certainly going to go for the save, maybe an exit. Let's see if Lotus 8 can actually take it off of him, though. They certainly know he has it, and they do know that it's a desperate threat going into other rounds.
Yeah, it's certainly a risky to want to go down this corridor, knowing someone's just going to be staring there with the op. So right now it looks like they're going to be content with the round win, and again, back and forth action. Lotus 8 will just take a narrow 32 lead.
Yeah, it's good to play it safe there. I think, you know, in the right player's hands and a hot trigger finger on the day, you know, swing peeking and off like that can go so horribly for your team. I think they'd rather just hang on to the 3 members of their team. Yeah, it might cause a little bit of an issue in the next round, but it's only 1 gun versus the 3 members that you're bringing into the next round.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, in solo queue, you might ego peek it because you're playing solo queue, but you're at LAN, you know it's just like the percentage play is to just, like, pick the round win. Pick the round win, and hopefully you can deal with the op next round. Yeah.
What ifs? I don't want to be testing
We've
that.
all seen the montages they play before the games. We know
They're
what happens.
capable of it. They're certainly capable of it. But yeah, exactly. You never really kind of know. But right now, they're just happy to take that one down, especially with how close this match has been so far. You just don't want to give. Like, it really feels like it's going to be a very narrow advantage. It's going to be the difference so far in this map.
Yep. A game of inches. Oh yeah, Ricky first blood again as per normal. One is gonna get traded back by the Sova with the Aries. Now 4 versus 3 for Lotus 8.
What I kind of love about Ricky is that he kind of ego peeks a little bit here. That's why he gets so many of these first bloods. But you saw, like, almost immediately after, kind of went around the corner and just gets picked off there. But they do still get this plant down, and Broskills is able to follow up with another frag here. They're eventually going to go down to Renjon as they're stepping up here. Still a 3v2 in favor of Lotus 8 for this spike defense, but Renjon picks up 1 more frag.
Yeah, 2 versus 2 now. Not a lot of util working for either teams left. 2 versus 1 now. It's just Quartz with his Aries. Oh, he's gonna grab the off, gonna grab the AK. Now it's doable. He knows where both of them are.
Fakes. See someone step up, and they will step up and take him down. Good job, Viblano there. Lotus 8 reestablished a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, very well coordinated there for Lotus 8. Taking a little bit of a firm grip on the first half now. And like you said, just that was very calm and collected from them. I like waiting for the tap, and even if it was a Quartz that was at the end there, even if he was able to pick up that 1 frag up on boxes there, you knew he was going to get swung from the other angle. So Lotus 8 showing how well they can play that post plant, even in those 2v1 scenarios.
Yeah, and I'm just becoming a fan of Ricky here right now. It just feels like Ricky diff is kind of what is making this very narrow difference. The person is just willing to break apart this, like, stalemate that is potentially out there, because this everything felt like a slow game, but then Ricky's like, nah, I'm just gonna go in here and get first blood.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna do that over and over. No, Ricky, he gets 1 and then 2. Ricky, who are you?
Someone arrest this man. It's not allowed to play like this on Viper. Not even on his map either. He is going to get taken out after a little bit, or after he thought it was cleared after grabbing the orb, but that is going to allow the rest of his team to push onto site if they would so want to, but looks like it's, yeah, no, they are. They should know RB's there. He does have the orbital strike that is going to get launched.
Planted.
Yeah. Here they continue on there. I am going to talk about Ricky more in a second, but Prosicles is able to step up and say, hey, don't forget about me. I'm pretty good on this team, too. He's able to pick up another frag here as they keep pushing forward right now. Pookie down to 2 members with Lotus 8, all 4 to defend this spike. Ooh, trying to bait out a shot there from Renjon. Showed the knee, but Renjon's being patient right now with that op. The fuse beginning. forcing them to come out here. Pete Renton will miss that shot, and they'll step up, and Lotus 8 take another huge round, 5-2 lead.
So difficult for Pookie, and Lotus 8 is so good at capitalizing on it. Yep, it is going to be the timeout called for Pookie. I don't blame them one bit. This is a great time 2-5. Get collected. I believe they are on their buy round this time as well. So, take the minute, discuss the strategy, figure out what you need to do to win this round.
Yeah, and at the risk of just sounding like a Ricky simp at this point, but the biggest thing that's so impressive about me, it's like you could understand it if Ricky was like an immortal player go against a bunch of plat players. Like if I was in this game, everyone in this match is like at least immortal.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is really, really high up there. I think there's like one diamond, but even then, that's still just like. The Ricky diff is still coming through with these first bloods, and it's absolutely insane, despite the fact that everyone in this game are really high-level players.
Oh yeah, no, it does like. I can't think of a better analogy. It just looks like Ricky is smurfing the way he's playing. Like, there's no other way around it. You don't get that level of confidence and that level of results without smurfing. Like he's so clean on it today. He hit headshot after headshot.
Check that man's PC.
Yeah.
Something suspicious there. No, Ricky doing an amazing job. And again, another scenario of fulfilling your role as IGL just by killing everybody else.
Yeah, it's the easiest way. Lead by example, like you said. Lead by example. And we got back into the game now after the timeout. Let's see if that's enough for Pookie to get themselves refocused here a little bit.
Oh, it's a different Viper wall this round. We've seen the same Viper setup every round, but this time Ricky feeling something a little bit different.
Yeah, going for that little bit of a change up here. They're going to force the teleport out of there. Void steps up and just takes down Hans.
Yep, and now just one person left on site. Going to be one hard hold for the Brimstone here. He does have the gun. He has the capability if he can hit the shots, but already flooding into site or Lotus 8. They'll get the plant down shortly.
Continue to push on forward here as they're getting through it right now. Brosicles looking to find another frag potentially through that smoke as well. Tons of utility being used up here, trying to put a lot of pressure in them here. Brosicles will eventually go down and stepping up this wrench on to pick up a couple more frags here. Quartz is going to come over and help him too. Taking out one more. That's going to leave one member of Lotus 8. They go down and maybe Carl Casticers. All the talk we're doing. Pookie's saying, we're still here to play.
We're still here to play, and it was Chamber coming up huge there. We saw he got 2 kills with the Headhunter and 1 more with his gun, really showing just how versatile that character is when you have the aim for it.
Yeah, absolutely huge, and heck, that's perfect right now. Obviously, they could probably hear us a little bit through their headphones here and there over there on the stage, and they're going, your guys are just talking way too much about Lotus 8. We are just as good as these guys. Pookie, here to play.
Yeah, timeout paying dividends for them there. Now they just have to keep it going. It was a good round. Let's do it again.
See if they are able to do that again, or if Lotus 8 has a little bit different attack strategy. Void, this time with the first blood as they're trying to get this going. Showstopper started up here, taken out immediately. Hans able to get that one done, trading it right back to lead us to a 4v4. Do they continue to push on to this B site? Broskill's able to pick up one more as we turn to Quartz, chilling out in the garage. Opens it up and takes a peek. Already able to pick up one more. Ricky firing through the smoke. 3v3 action here with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go, and what feels like a pretty pivotal round here for this first half.
Yep, swinging back and forth, just shooting at each other. Now there's 2 in the TP. Ricky knows this. He does have his smoke, just there. He's going to throw out the Viper's molly too. They should know that means it's just about a free site now. Yeah, and they will take him out CT. Ricky's going to get taken out on the flank now. 2v2, both coming from Hookah.
Big 1-for-1 trade there. That's an important shot that got missed, unfortunately.
Spike planted.
They do get the spike down now, so again, 2v2 action here. They'll find them right in the middle there. Broskill's able to pick up one more frag. He's gonna leave Quartz all by himself, trying to get this clutch. I know you wanted me to yell out, but
Won it, he did! 2 for 1, Quartz takes them down!
Wow, the crowd is going wild after that one. Quartz, not the first time we've seen a clutch play from him there. Goodness me, look at the crowd and now they are back in this game.
And that's how you can bring yourself back into this one. Get the crowd involved with you. You know there's a tons of fans for you if you're here on Pookie. They're going to get this one, and now all of a sudden they're within one. Court saying, what are you talking about, Ricky Diff? I'm talking about Court Stiff now.
That was a court stiff, and now 4-5. That timeout, 2 rounds in a row after it. I believe it's going to be Lotus 8 forced on the save now. Should just be about a tied game, all off the back of Brosicles Brosicles and amazing shots.
Here we go now. See if Lotus 8 can slow a little bit of momentum that Pookie has kind of put together here. Again, our first map went 6-6 right off the hop. Potential for that to happen here once again. Every time Lotus 8 seems to get a little bit of momentum, Pookie have been able to answer back so far. See what Void does is continues to push in here now.
I like how Void checked the corner even though the Skydog did. Like he really just did not did not trust that Skydog at all.
Here's Jello. Bunch of Jello fans in the crowd, know that for sure. Oh, Roasticles? Ooh, met up with 2 of them. He gets taken down in the end here, so big pick here to get started for Pookie. They're trying to pull up this defense, but they're continuing to push over onto the B side. Maybe we'll be able to get their path off, but here's a big play coming from Hans to find one of those picks, but eventually gets taken down.
A little bit confused. There seems to be a miscommunication. They should have known the Sky was there, and the punish is going to come in. But Jello's still in sight, and 2 kills for Jello to defend the round. And Pookie, over and over again, it's one player coming up and winning them the round.
Jello coming up huge. Court's the round before, Jello the round this time, and different people stepping up is what makes this such an exciting matchup. We knew how close these 2 teams were, and this is exactly why, because you just never know who's going to be playing best any round.
5-5, and Bind famously a defensive-sided map, so Lotus 8 doing well so far. But what we've seen so far this series is that you can never count Pookie out at any situation. Pookie is ready and going to go for the comeback.
Yeah, just a moment ago it was 5-2, and it felt like Lotus 8 was going to cruise their way through. Maybe they're already thinking about the finals tomorrow, but not yet, says Pookie. They're ready to go. Another 5-5 here. Again, potential for another 6-6 first half as it was in map number 1. As close as it gets.
Yeah, one thing you notice there, I mean, Pookie early on in the round, seems like they forced anyway, but Chamber being taken down as the first pick, losing that tour to force was kind of a dagger in their side that already put them on their heels. And now we have a full save coming out from Pookie. A few sheriffs, light armor, but nothing to write home about. We'll see if they can get a few picks here.
Jello and Silva may be coming up huge here. Quartz, Jello and Quartz on the flank. They are going to go for it. Going to get one. Looks like the rest of Lotus 8 flooded onto site now.
Here comes the movement now. Jello trying to see what he can get done. Jello getting a couple more!
Remaining.
Jello looking to step up huge here, getting some help from the rest of the team. Hans and Quartz going to pick up another couple frags, and Pookie are going to take a lead in this map!
Oh, Pookie is feeling it now, ladies and gentlemen, with the big comeback now, losing 1 person on the round. They're going to be in a good situation for the last round as well. Everything's coming up, Pookie.
Yeah, this is one of the first times this game that there's really been a difference in terms of the team's economic standing. Now we see, Pookie was saving that round already, but every other round since Pistol has really been, back and forth in terms of even gunplay on both sides. Now we see it's a whole different gameplay here. If Pookie does drop this round as well, they'll be severely on their heels.
And again, I can't stress enough about how I feel like the crowd is making a bit of a difference here in this game, because it does feel like there's a slightly more Pookie favorite crowd out there, because they're getting more hype for every time Pookie makes a play, and it seems like Pookie's feeding off of it. Feeding off of it, there's another couple big frags to get this round started. Pookie now with a 5v3.
Oh, they are feeding off of it. How could you not? You click these heads and the crowd goes wild for you. Jello and the rest of Pookie, the fan favorites in that building, and looking to make this comeback in this half now, up 5-3. Such a difficult position for Lotus 8 to find themselves in.
Continuing on this fight here, can Lotus 8 pull off the clutch that they certainly need? If anyone's going to do it, it might be Ricky to help get this one started. They see someone to fire at, they will find the frag.
Ricky just egos it, gets healed up by his team, ready to ego it more. But honestly, that is exactly what you needed. You'd have double smokes initiator left. You don't have a lot of ways to take sites. They have 45 seconds left. They're going to likely try to thin them out a little bit more, then make a play.
Still lots possible here with 40 seconds left in this round, 40 seconds left in this half. Lotus 8 looking to tie this one up again. If we get another 6-6, just improbable thing, really. Just a really over game. Just Ricky doing it once again, finding another frag here. Now all of a sudden we're to 3v3. And Ricky Diff is coming through once again.
Yeah, Ricky with a bit of a few silent rounds. Hasn't gotten first blood in a while. Looking to change it. The 6-6 would be so crazy for the next part of the game as the next projector comes on the other side. Step up. No.
7 seconds left. Has to stick.
He's trying to get around the corner, gets a little help from their teammate.
Trail.
Spike planted now.
Everybody needs a friend like Volano in times like that. Now Hans, in a 1 versus 2, has 1 flash available, but that's all he's got to work with. Such a difficult position. He knows they can reposition, but doesn't know where they went.
Basically perfect post-plant positions here for Lotus 8. Can Hans pull this one off? They start the defuse. Can't force into hands.
Making noise, and Ricky with the wrap. Ricky with the wrap. He's gonna take the kill. Gonna end up with a half as 6-6. Well played by L8 and well played by Pookie.
Who else but Ricky?
Yeah.
Get all that done. Just put it on them to get them right back in here. A lot of momentum gained by Pookie, but now we're 6-6 again.
Yeah, 6-6. Just shows how evenly matched these two teams
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Map number 1 was super close. Here we are again in the exact same scenario. A chance to start from scratch where Lotus 8 started on the back foot on this map specifically.
And we're seeing huge stuff coming through here. If you look at the scoreboards from on this one, Quartz doing awesome work for their team, followed up by Jello on their team, both of them to double digits. A large reason, those two being able to clutch in really important moments, a large reason why this is a tie game right now.
Yeah, whereas Jello has had explosive after explosive round on Raze, it's Sova, the pillar of consistency for their team. It feels like he hasn't had any big rounds, but every single round he's doing his job, he's getting the info, he's taking them down with him.
Yeah, and as much as we're talking a lot about Ricky, Quartz again, top frag, 20 frags in the first round, looking to get top frag once again in this one. So huge stuff coming from Quartz. Definitely should not be understated how well Quartz is playing as well.
No. Absolutely here. As we get Pookie this time on offense now, a little bit more of a quiet play up B long. Let's see what they can make happen. Viper Wall's gonna come up. Oh, that's an aggressive peek. How is he alive?
How are you still alive? You're eventually dead. They eventually take him down. Able to finish that one off. Jello steps up and takes him out. They continue to push onto the site here. Get onto A. Rosicles looking to make a play after this smoke dissipates.
Yeah, it's going to be 4v5 for the retake. Now Ricky facing down all 4 isn't going to get any. Put in the dirt now, 3v5.
Just a tough situation to get that. More Broskills, though, does find themselves a 1-tap there. You have to get one of them. Ren John is able to pick up another one. Broskills is looking to pick up another frag here, trying to get more, but will not be able to do so. Pookie will take another pistol round.
If you win the first pistol round, you win the second for these two teams. Double in a row. Well played by Pookie, but we were talking before how they couldn't sleep on L8 on the anti-pistol round, and sure enough, they lost to it. So it's, L8 absolutely can win this round. They've done it before. They have the capabilities. They have the aim. They have everything they need. All they need is a single slip up for the side of Pookie.
Yeah, and right now there's
Find the
so
weak
little
point
difference between
and
these two
break it.
teams. Like it sometimes when it's this close, it actually just comes down to who makes the bigger mistake. Yeah. And right now we're not actually seeing a lot of mistakes being made, but when there are mistakes, you see them getting pounced on. We touched on it earlier when Ricky made the mistake with the Viper's Pit earlier, and that honestly gave Pookie this comeback a little bit. So look for more of that. As we're just seeing people shoot each other and a bunch of people going down here, we're now down to a 3v3 quickly already in this round.
Yeah, it was an aggressive flash out of B long from Lotus 8. They're able to get 2, which is, absolutely massive. They'll take that on the save. Got the rest of the info. Unfortunately, it will give Pookie the rest of the site, of course, but 3 versus 3 retake, even if you don't have guns, is not impossible. But more than that, you're already happy with the damage you've done to Nico.
Oh, certainly. Able to pick up another one.
Goodness.
Just yelling, you're so bad.
Some heated words from the players.
They're all friends off the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
I assure you.
Spike planted.
I love it.
It is Pookie going down another member now. 3 versus 2. They have the gun disadvantage, but they have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, we got this planted now on site. Ren John seeing what they can do to protect it. Aizu and Void trying to get in there and see what they can get done now. Renjon stepping up over to the side. They're getting a little help from Quartz. They're going to pick up one more frag. They see one over in towards Hookah. Renjon has got 2 people surrounding, but Quartz is picking up another frag here. Renjon will finish off that one, and Pookie take another round.
Pookie won't drop it a second time. They're able to get the force up. Not as clean as maybe it would have liked, but you'll absolutely take the round win. And now Lotus 8 is Lotus 8
Hype in the crowd.
Lotus 8 on the force round. Sorry, I was distracted by the crowd there a little bit. Lotus 8 on the force. This is the first opportunity to see what they can do on this defensive side. We saw they were able to cook up a lot on offense. Let's see what new strategies they can throw out on defense.
Yeah, especially with Lotus 8's first full buy here of this half. Big things potentially out here. Hans is going to scout it up. This one being played really aggressively. They're getting a first frag here. Coming through from Aizu. They continue to push forward, getting a little help from their teammate. Another one coming through right now for Void. And they continue pushing forward. Ricky's going to grab a couple more.
Ricky there waiting for the teleporter, but being waited for in return in the hallway. Ricky, this game lots of times getting one kill then overheating a little bit, giving it up immediately afterwards. But I mean, if your name is that good, I probably wouldn't be able to resist either. Now it's just the one member, Hansi, of Pookie left. Gonna do what he can, but what he can is probably not a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, you'd think that maybe they should just chill out and save this battle, but like we've kind of seen, neither of these teams seem to like to save.
Yeah, no, Hansi's got this for sure. I've never seen him lose these.
Yeah, exactly. This would be literally the first time he's ever lost a 1v4.
Exactly. Yeah. No one's ever done that. No, he is. I like this by Lotus 8 as well. Yeah, 4 versus 1. I really like that how Pookie Hans gave away his position, but Lotus 8 just didn't want to risk giving the guns. It was the completely right play. They know that they're going to be a little bit down on money because they just came off the force up. They don't want to risk giving them a gun. I like that. You see where he is, say, okay, he's no threat there. We'll take him out when we take him out. We don't have to force it.
Yeah, taking absolutely no risks whatsoever. Haven't seen that too much, Yeah. These are exceptionally good players that always want to be, yes, I'm going to get that nice highlight reel kill. But again, not giving who was it? Hans any chance at all to be on the highlight reels himself.
Yeah, and like I don't know if it's completely influenced by us being a broadcast or being in the LAN, but it does seem like people are going for maybe even slightly more ego plays than they would, just because they just like want to get that crowd in it, want to get everyone hyped into it, and it's just been it's been such a fun series so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely a lot of risky plays makes good content, and yeah, we've talked about it. It is the difference of being on LAN. It's not who's the better Valorant player. It's who's the better Valorant player on LAN. In front of a crowd when it actually matters. Anyone can hit a headshot on a training dummy. It's harder to do it on a real person. It's much harder to do it on a real person when everyone's yelling at you.
And knowing that real person's across the room from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowing that if you did it, you just did it to the guy right there.
And that guy was just yelling at you for most of them.
It's been such an amazing experience here over at CECS, and I hope everyone's enjoying it, either live in the crowd or, of course, at home on Twitch. But either way, they're putting on a show for us for sure.
Yep. And a little bit of a slower round as we get this time, but here comes the execute. Just as I say that, Pookie gonna go for a hard B hit.
Ricky wants to get something done with that judge, but just gets immediately taken out. Jello able to get that one down. Nice couple frags coming in for Jello as they get onto the site, and we'll get this plant off.
Yeah, Ricky took the hard angle with the judge, hoping they were going to go through long first. Came in through Hookah, not much of a chance he could do. And from there, just the rest of the site topples. They flood in through B long. And yeah, it is going to be a save for the rest of L8. They're going to do their best. They should be able to, I believe, they'll be able to force up now that they're saving next round. So not the worst position. It'll end up being 9-7. So absolutely within the realm of comebacks for L8.
Yeah, certainly they can definitely get this one done here. And this has been compared to the first map where it's kind of just been Lotus 8 takes it 4 rounds in a row, and then maybe Pookie answers that 4 rounds in a row. It's kind of been this back and forth. No one really able to grab a lot of momentum on either side. You're picking up maybe 1 or 2 rounds here and there, but it's just being come back by both sides. And right now we are seeing a slight advantage here. Ooh, you're able to deny one of those rifles being saved here.
That might just stop the full buy. I'm not entirely sure, but even still, not ideal for Lotus 8. Would have definitely preferred to have this Vandal going into this round, but we were just talking about how the players like to peek those angles. That was not that was not one that needed to be peaked, but
Nope, not at all.
He looked like he was having fun. So that's what really
He
matters.
looks like he was having fun.
Yeah, not at all. It almost seems like this is kind of how I predicted at the start of the map, saying that Pookie didn't really need to change much about their gameplay, and I was, had the theory that maybe this is a map that they're just more settled on, and I think this is exactly the case that we're seeing right now. Lotus 8 still putting up a great fight, but it just seems that Pookie is just a little bit more comfortable in some of these scenarios.
Yep, they definitely seem like it, but it is going to be Lotus 8 with Chronicles getting the op pick. Nice shot. Now just reset, play it slow, no need to overpeak. Skydog should be able to suss them out wrong, and it's going to be another op peak.
That's the one thing we haven't really seen so far in this round is like an operator making that much of a difference. And right now, in this round at least, Broskos is doing it. That's 3 now. Broskos is there, finally able to take it down, but the damage is done by that op.
Oh, 3 kills in 1 round should be enough to secure them the round as well. Well, they should be able to pick up the op as well going into the next round. And yeah, it does look like we see Hansi or Avery could be potentially already looking for the save, could just be on a rotate, but either case, not wanting to mess with that op at all anymore.
It's surprising that they brought an operator into this round after the last save and even having Brosicles fall at the very end when the spike was going off, but critical for their position in this round so far.
We saw
30
Pookie
seconds.
run back to A-site, take the TP, hopes that they could get a timing, but there was no rotation from the side of L8. So patient, so smart. 2 people a site just waited, and Ricky comes up big with the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they've had the potential to save those, but once again, no one's interested in saving in this game. No one cares about that. They're just trying to ego peek and try to get in there, trying to make something happen, try to get the crowd into it, get everyone hyped. But here we are, 9-8 lead here for Pookie. Again, a couple rounds in a row for Pookie, but then Lotus 8 just suddenly answered. No one can really establish a lot of momentum right now.
Yeah, it seems like they'd rather waterfall out into a Viper Raleigh rather than take 5,800 worth of rifles into the next round. But I would have done the same. So you can't blame them there.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Brosicles able to pick up one there. That total force getting things started here now. So again, just touching out there, didn't really feel like much of an op difference right now, but in the past couple of rounds, Brosicles showing what can happen if your opper is online.
Yeah. Now see, Hunter's Fury comes out from Quartz. Isn't going to be able to tag Annie, unfortunately. Going to throw out the 3rd one just because, yeah, there we go. Gets the extra 80 damage. It's something.
Something, throw another shock dart there, trying to just get a little bit of chip damage to borrow FGC term.
Yeah.
But here we are, Pookie again after that early pick from Brosicles. Down a teammate here. They try to jump peek, try to force a shot out of Brosicles, but he remains patient so far.
Yeah. They both saw each other on the jump peak. Full information exchange now in a 4v5, prepping for the hit. Does look like Lotus 8 has 3 players, rotated onto site, so this is their preferred site.
Trying to move in towards it now. Hans able to pick up one more. Quartz looking to support, get back in there, but they get taken down in the end. But a couple more frags comes through here for Lotus 8 as they're continuing to defend, for Pookie. So they're continuing to push this one out here. 3-2 advantage right now for Pookie as this plant goes down.
Good site take by Pookie on there. 4 people taking a 3-person site, and only 1 death is absolutely a win. Now,
Players dead. 1 enemy remaining.
Aizu pulling out of country right at the end, but ends up taking down. Pookie will finish him off there.
Pookie, or Aizu rather, securing the round for Pookie. Well played to him. 10-8, and it is going to be a timeout from Lotus 8 now. I think, once again, this is a skill that I think that a lot of people don't actually pay a lot of attention to on LAN, but the ability to call timeouts well is incredibly important, to reset the mental, to talk strategy, and both, or I want to say all 4 teams all today have both had, I want to say, perfect timeouts. They're exactly when you need the momentum to be soft. Last half, we saw Pookie getting their whole momentum back off of that one timeout.
Yeah, I think I remember one instance today where the team that took the timeout did not win the next round.
Yeah.
I think it was one time that Imperium did it against Mug.
Yeah.
But I think both times today, or in this last map and also in map number 1 on, what was it, Split? No, on Haven. Team that takes a tactical timeout, again, usually is behind. There was one time where it was like a 1-round game. They come out, they have their plan, and they stick to it. And like you said, taking those critical timeouts is what's part of the reason why this matchup is so close.
Yeah, and it's just like another one of those LAN difference things where it's like, yeah, it's still relevant if they were online or at home, but taking a good tack and calming yourself down when there's so much going on here at the LAN, there's so much excitement, so much adrenaline in you, you gotta sometimes pump the brakes and then refocus and remember like what you're here for.
Yeah. And we can see now as we're getting back into game timeout over, we have a double op, or we have op on both sides. Brosico is just going to TP out after getting blind and not going to be able to get the op pick, reset his angle, approach a new position, but there's also the tour de force on the side of Lotus B, so just a very dangerous game, and both teams should know that they're the ones packing it off.
This feels like another huge round here, because again, Lotus 8 with the map advantage after winning the first one. Pookie right now looking to try to force map number 3. They have the 10-8 lead. If they can get it to 11 right now, it just feels that much closer to securing a third map.
No, absolutely. You know, as you get into these final rounds in the game, each round means like percentage-wise more. You know, there's 3 rounds left. You win 1 round, you need like 50% less wins. It's a big deal. Yeah.
Here we go. Stepping up here, Ricky, first blood, gets 1, gets traded back by Quartz though. Has been the other person stepping up huge for their team. So a 1-for-1 there, they'll get the plant down. Can 4 members left of Lotus 8 retake?
Yeah, 4 versus 4 for the retake.
Volato needed to hit that shot. Jello is just a bit better on that moment. Aizu now. Next one, step there, but will get taken down by Renjon.
Last player standing.
Quartz able to pick up 1 more too, right after Void had picked up a frag. That's gonna leave Lotus 8. Brosicles by themselves. Will just step out of there with that op and save it for the next one. But again, a huge 11-8 lead now coming in for Pookie.
Yeah, good, smart save by Brosicles, but not where you want to be saving when the enemy team only needs 2 more rounds to win after this now. 11-8, as you said. I believe L8 is also hurting on their eco quite a bit. So gonna be either very difficult next round, or it might be looking at an overtime angle.
They're looking to get something done here right now. It feels like, again, you were touching on it earlier where you're talking about this being the map pick here for Pookie, and it does seem to be coming through. That's always one of those most underrated parts of kind of the more organized game is like, some people are just like better than the map. Like, you saw L8 just it looked like they were just better. Yeah. It was still close, but it did look like they were just better at map number 1. And this one, it just feels like the other story. If we didn't watch map number 1, I'd just be like, oh yeah, Pookie's the better team right now. But the map diff is coming through for sure.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. I think you're completely right. Like we saw on last map on Haven how L8 was able to draw people off site so easily and just walk onto site basically for free. And now compare that to this game, I don't think they've had a single uncontested site take this entire game. It's a completely different game just because it's a completely different map. And Pookie is so much more comfortable on it, and it shows.
Yeah, and then when teams are this close, sometimes that's potentially the only difference. That literally might be the only difference in what we're seeing between these two teams as they continue to put on a show here at CECS. And Ricky trying to put on another show here with this judge sitting in the Viper's pit.
Daring them to push it. He wants it so bad. Ricky buying a judge feels like it's like Ricky sabotaging himself because it takes away his ability to ego peek things.
Right.
But so obviously he's thirsting for a kill, but it looks like they left Brosicles. Yeah, posted up with the op, and he's going to be able to get 1 and TP out.
Nice. What I love about the play there, they put the Viper's pit on one side, forcing you to go towards their opper, and that gets them a pick. But they're answering this out nicely. Pookie's able to step in and they get themselves a number advantage 4v3 while they plant the spike.
Yeah, Jello has been extremely impactful on Raze all the time with the paint shell grenade. Yeah, getting more kills than you usually see in a match. I think that's 3 or 4 at this point, but he knows how to use the utility on that duelist very well.
Yeah, I think that's in part though. Oh, but wait, here's Renjon with a dirty flank here. What doesn't look like L8 has any idea. He's so sneaky. Oh, he's able to get 1.
He gets 1.
One enemy
now the rest of them are continuing to push on forward through. Boyd's able to pick up 1-2. That's going to take it down, and that's going to be a huge win for Pookie. They force match point. We might be going to 3.
Match point for Pookie.
standing by for you.
Tournament hope still alive for L8 after this, but going to game 3 is never what you want to see. They do, L8 does have one ultimate, the Showstopper, to work with. Absolutely an ultimate capable of winning a round by yourself on the right Raze player. Let's see if he can impress and dazzle us, really stop this show, so to say. Come up big with the ult.
Yeah, potential for magic to happen here in this one. They got to do it all in a row now. So far as LA again, another
Yeah, there it is.
a round that feels like it's hard to put things together. Boyd will get that one with this showstopper. That's gonna be a huge pick to get things started here for Lotus 8. See what they decide to continue to push on now.
Yeah, I really like that. Again, we've noticed that Lotus 8 has been a lot more disciplined now that it's closer. Getting that pick and simply backing up is really, really smart. You cannot be afford to giving untraded kills in a position like this. 12-8, you're going to need every advantage you can get. Using the Showstopper to take one and then backing out, very smart play. Now just puts them back on a 5 versus 4 reset, and you can actually see the Raze just fully in spawn, just waiting for which site they go, and I'm gonna run there immediately. No commitment by Lotus either way.
Give them that advantage. If in a retake scenario, depending on what happens on the entry here.
Here we go. Coming in good turn. Now they're picking up 2 big frags. That's Quartz and Hans. They can need to step on board. Hans gonna grab one more. It's gonna be easy plant here.
30 seconds left.
And I've done it again. Shown advantage, completely flipped the other way. Pookie is listening to me and wanting to prove me wrong as I say that.
Volano's making some clutch plays.
One enemy.
Volano, get over here.
Last player standing.
Volano grabbing another here.
He has the Molly. Lineup's gonna land in a few seconds. He needs to get him off.
Here we go.
Oh, the tap, but the Molly's down. It's not gonna matter. Volano gets the 4K, but it doesn't matter because the Molly's already there. It is
I think it's early.
He might have it.
He have to.
He has it. He got it.
Lotus 8 does hold on for one more round.
Oh my God.
Very well played there. Being able to half it for Hans. My goodness, that looked a little bit scary for a second there.
Incredibly ballsy. Just no fake, halves it, no sticks and goes off and takes it. That's a clutch play for Volano, coming up with 4 kills that round to keep his team in the game.
Yeah, Volano just coming out. I haven't said their name a whole lot so far in this match, but in the most important time, they step up for their team and get things done. They're now still have to win 3 in a row to at least have a chance here in the rest of this map, but that certainly gives you a mental advantage.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Right now, Pookie's just thinking that we should be out of this map already as the nade comes out, and Jello is going to be able to pop out. Now, it looks like a big scruff mid headed by the side of L8. They're really wanting to take the fight to them.
Jello stepping up here, looking for something around the corner. We check out Quartz, looking to see what information they're able to get with their droid. Tense situation here. Pookie, they have the map point. They're looking to force map number 3 here, but Lotus 8 not willing to go down easily here in this one.
Yeah. One more round is all it takes from Pookie. They know what they smell. They want it so bad. Standing in between them is one round left, and Ricky with a judge. Very, very dangerous. You can see him jumping. He's got the snake, but he should hear them now. Yeah, smoke goes down. The X-Suit's gonna kill him. The snake pit is fantastic, though.
It's gonna slow them down here, potentially enough to put them in an awkward corner, but Ricky goes down. Huge pick by Hans to be able to pick that one up. They'll get this plant down. They'll have a 5v4 advantage.
That was so smart. They all swung him wide. They must have looked at the eco, known he had a judge, and not wanted to take the close fight. So smart by Pookie. Now, Brosicles
trying to pre-fire around this corner, but in a tough position here with Jello. Trying to jump over with the judge. Will get that one done. Lotus 8 now, really only one of them left here.
And now it's just Aizu, but he's not gonna be enough.